Okay, have you ever stumbled upon a beautiful building, only to learn that it's abandoned? From ghost towns swallowed by nature, to futuristic ruins that never realized their potential, the world is filled with abandoned places that are as haunting as they are fascinating. Abandoned places are more than just empty buildings. They are echoes of forgotten stories, frozen in time. Today, we're taking you on a journey to explore some of the strangest abandoned places in the world. Buckle up. This is going to be an unforgettable ride. Bodie, California, USA. In the late 1800s, Bodie, California wasn't just another dusty frontier town. It was a bustling gold rush hub where fortunes were made and lost in the blink of an eye. One particularly icy November night, legend has it that a prospector named Eli Jansen struck gold so rich that he filled a sack to its brim. Ecstatic, he stormed into one of Bodie's rowdy saloons, shouting about his newfound wealth. But Eli's excitement would be his downfall. Before the night was over, he was found lifeless in a back alley, his gold missing and the mystery unsolved. Stories like Eli's were not uncommon in Bodie, a town that grew rapidly to a population of over 10,000. Miners, gamblers, and outlaws filled its streets, lured by the promise of gold hidden in the Sierra Nevada hills. At its peak, Bodie was a whirlwind of saloons, brothels, and gunfights, a place where life was cheap and the gold fever burned hot. But by the early 20th century, the dream began to fade. As gold veins dried up and the mines were abandoned, so too was the town. By the 1940s, Bodie was officially deserted, leaving behind only memories and the eerie shells of its buildings. Today, Bodie stands as one of the most hauntingly well-preserved ghost towns in the United States. Designated a California State Historic Park, the town has been frozen in a state of arrested decay, with homes, schools, and saloons left exactly as they were. Dust-covered plates remain on tables, and tattered curtains still flutter in the broken windows. Visitors who wander its empty streets often describe the strange feeling of being watched, as if the ghosts of Bodie's miners and outlaws still linger. As the wind howls through the barren town, it carries whispers of a once thriving community that succumbed to the inevitable passage of time. Bodie is more than just a ghost town. It's a haunting reminder of ambition, greed, and the fragile nature of fortune. Power Plant IM, Belgium. In 1975, a young engineer named Theo van der Meer found himself standing at the base of one of the towering cooling structures of Power Plant IM. For Theo, it was a moment of pride. He had just been promoted to oversee part of the operations in what was then considered one of the most advanced power plants in Belgium. Theo often spoke of the awe he felt walking the maze of humming turbines and intricate pipes, where the hum of progress filled the air, and the future seemed limitless. Power Plant IM was more than just a facility. It was a symbol of Belgium's post-war industrial might. Built in 1921, it was a marvel of engineering, capable of cooling an astonishing 480,000 gallons of water per minute. For decades, it powered entire cities, its smokestacks releasing plumes into the sky that were seen as emblems of growth and prosperity. Generations of workers like Theo dedicated their lives to ensuring the plan smoothly, unaware that its very existence would one day become a source of contention. As the world entered the late 20th century, the narrative around industrial emissions began to shift. By the early 2000s, concerns about pollution and climate change grew louder. Power Plant IM, once lauded for its productivity, became infamous for its environmental impact. Greenpeace staged protests, and public opinion turned against the plant. In a bitter twist of irony, what had once powered progress now symbolized the cost of unchecked industrialization. By 2007, Power Plant IM was shuttered, its turbines silenced forever. Today, the plant stands as a decaying relic of a bygone era. Its massive cooling towers loom like hollow giants over the Belgian landscape, their once vital machinery now rusted and lifeless. Urban explorers wander through the cavernous chambers, capturing photographs of the industrial skeletons left behind. Inside the cooling tower, the acoustics play tricks on the ears. Footsteps echo ominously, and the wind seems to whisper secrets of a time when the plant was alive with energy and ambition. For some, Power Plant IM is a haunting reminder of humanity's industrial excess. For others, it's a monument to progress and the cost that comes with it. Either way, standing beneath its towering structures, you can't help but feel the weight of history pressing down, as if the ghosts of the workers and engineers still linger, wondering where it all went wrong. The Monsal Sea Forts in 23. Amidst the turmoil of World War II, the Monsal Sea Forts stood as the UK's silent sentinels. Positioned in the Thames and Mersey estuaries, these unique structures were designed to defend Britain against German air raids. Housing anti-aircraft guns and radar, each fort was manned by soldiers who endured the harsh conditions of isolation and relentless weather. For them, the forts were both a duty and a test of resilience. Conceived by engineer Guy Monsal, these steel-legged fortresses rose dramatically from the sea, their otherworldly design both practical and intimidating. They played a crucial role in protecting supply routes and combating enemy aircraft. However, their strategic importance faded after the war, leaving the forts to rust and decay in the sea. The forts didn't remain forgotten for long. In the 1960s, they became symbols of rebellion when pirate radio stations, such as Radio Caroline, broadcasted from their decks. These platforms of wartime defense transformed into cultural icons, providing an underground soundtrack to British counterculture. Today, the Monsal Sea Forts are haunting relics of the past. Rust-streaked and battered by waves, their spaceship-like silhouettes loom over the water, drawing urban explorers and history enthusiasts. Their eerie beauty is a reminder of the ingenuity and sacrifice of wartime Britain. Standing beneath these weathered structures, it's easy to imagine their former lives, the crack of gunfire, the hum of radio signals, and the relentless vigilance of the soldiers who manned them. The forts remain a testament to both conflict and creativity, a striking link to a time when the sea became a battleground and ingenuity triumphed over adversity. Haludovo Palace Hotel, Croatia. In the 1970s, the Haludovo Palace Hotel on Krk Island was a symbol of opulence. With its breathtaking views of the Adriatic Sea, a casino, and tennis courts, it catered to the rich and famous. Funded in part by the founder of Penthouse magazine, the hotel became a glamorous retreat, hosting luxurious parties and attracting the world's elite. For a time, it seemed to embody the height of European luxury. However, Croatia's turbulent history took its toll. By the early 2000s, the hotel was abandoned, its once grand halls left to decay. The political and economic instability of the region, along with changing times, led to the hotel's closure. What was once a vibrant center of luxury became an eerie monument to faded glamour. Today, the Haludovo Palace Hotel's ruins stand as a haunting reminder of past excess. Its crumbling walls and broken windows attract urban explorers and tourists, drawn by the contrast of its former splendor and current decay. The echoes of glamorous parties, laughter, and music still seem to linger in the empty rooms. The once pristine hotel is now a poignant reminder of dreams that faded away, a testament to the impermanence of wealth and power. Fordlandia, Brazil. In the 1920s, industrial magnate Henry Ford dreamed of creating a utopian rubber plantation deep in the Amazon rainforest. His vision for Fordlandia was to supply rubber for car tires, while providing workers with an idyllic slice of American suburbia, complete with houses, schools, and recreation facilities. It was a bold and ambitious plan, one that aimed to merge industrial progress with an idealized lifestyle. However, Fordlandia quickly turned into a disastrous failure. The harsh and unforgiving jungle environment proved difficult to manage, while workers, often unfamiliar with the demands of the land, grew restless. Poor planning and lack of understanding of the region's ecosystem led to crop failures and industrial struggles. By 1934, the project was abandoned, and the once thriving settlement was left to rot. Today, Fordlandia lies as a haunting ghost town, swallowed by the thick jungle that surrounds it. Its crumbling buildings and abandoned structures serve as a stark reminder of the limits of industrial ambition and the immense power of nature. The failed project stands as a cautionary tale about the dangers of underestimating the challenges of both the natural world and human complexity. Hutuwan, China. Once a bustling fishing village on Shangshan Island, was home to a close-knit community that thrived on the island's resources. However, the harshness of island life and dwindling fish stocks led the residents to abandon the village in the 1990s. What was once a lively hub of activity quickly faded into silence. Over the years, nature has fully reclaimed Houtouwan. Ivy, moss, and vegetation have overtaken nearly every structure, creating a stunning, verdant landscape. The buildings, once full of life, now appear as if they're part of the earth itself. Covered in lush greenery, they stand as a testament to the resilience of nature. Visitors often describe Houtouwan as a modern-day Atlantis, where the boundary between human architecture and natural beauty is blurred. It's a surreal, hauntingly beautiful sight that evokes the transience of human settlements and the quiet power of the natural world.